Hi, this is 365 801, and this is the start of a Summerween reading vlog. So, I have lots of manga, but I don't have a lot of summery thriller or horror. Obviously, The Summer Hikaru Died would be a perfect choice, but I have not actually got a physical copy of any of the volumes. I do need to collect them. What I do have is this one. Of course, it's the bottom of this pile, so give me a wee second and I'll get it out. There we go. So Blackwater, as soon as I saw it, I thought, oh, that'd be a fun read for Summerween. Kind of a werewolfy vibe. And I think it's supposed to be set during summer or something like that. So yeah, it's kind of got a bit of good representation, but also it's a graphic novel, so it's not manga, but it might also have a bit of male romance as well. In terms of what I've got other than this, I was thinking that I would read, where is it? MADK, which is also under a huge big pile. Because MAD is something I think would be perfect for Summerween. It is eroguro, erotic grotesque, which I think would be quite good for Summerween. And I have volume 3 now, so I can finally read all 3 volumes together back to back, and I think that would be a really good one. So I'm probably going to get that one read as well, so that'll be part of my TBR for this video. Now, Cast Heaven is kind of psychological. It's very much about red flags everywhere, thriller type one as well, and a lot of abuse. So yeah, I would say it's pretty much of a horror in some respects, psychological horror. So this might be something I could read. I'll put it on the list for just now. But it is an 8-volume series, so we'll see. So from the rest of my sort of like TBR stack from here, other than Togainu no Chi, which unfortunately I don't have a full set of, I could read the first 3 volumes of, but I don't have a volume 4, or volume 6. I don't know what else would really fall under appropriate things to read for Summerween, because it doesn't really give summer horror vibes as much. Maybe Our Torsos Align, because that is also Ryo Suzuri work. So that's something that I could maybe read. A Hero in the Demon's Castle? Maybe. I don't know what that's actually about. So those are other ones that I could read. But I also have some things on hold at the library. I'll go through the library stuff later. I'll take you along to collect them because I do have them on hold. But other than that, I did think Boys of the Dead, because I meant to read this for the Manga Freakathon, but it is like zombies and stuff, so it's horror and BL. So, and it is on, I think I've read everything else that I have Kuma-wise here. So this is the only one that I haven't read for Kuma. So I feel like that's one I should probably get read. In terms of Tokyopop, I don't have many, and I've read all of these, so I don't really feel like there's any that are really summery horror thriller vibes. But this one I could definitely add to my TBR. So here's a little possible TBR of just manga that I've got. I don't really feel like I've got too many other horror or thrillers. Maybe like political thrillers that might be interesting, but they don't really give or scream Summerween vibes. So I'll have a look and see if there's anything else, but so far this is my TBR. Like I said, I've got some library books on hold, but I'll say more about that when we go to the library, which I will have to pop along to soon. And so I'm gonna go get ready. Now, when it comes to prose books, I do have quite a few, but I have no idea what I want to read. Although I did have Suddenly a Murder. I obviously have the Murder. I'm thinking about like thriller, suspense, murder mystery, that kind of thing. That might be quite good. So yeah, Suddenly a Murder is one I picked up from the charity shop. That was how much was it? £1, which might be quite good. But I also have a few other things as well that I'm needing to get read. I do have Truly Devious, which is the start of a series, and a few other things as well, but I haven't quite decided what. And I think I will decide more when I get my library order in. So let's go to the library. So I am just about to go head to the library, but also to work. Unfortunately, I'm working today, and I'm working actually longer hours, which is kind of annoying. So I've got a wee peach tea before I go. These are ones that I'm thinking definitely Blackwater is the one that I want to read. We'll see about the other ones. I also will see about the ones I've got up the stairs. I know that Summerween has some challenges, so I'll be looking to do some of those. But I can't actually remember what I ordered from the library. It was a long time ago. I think it was about 4 weeks or so ago that I actually put in an order to my local library. But because I live in such a large area, it takes quite a long time for books to get to my local library. And it's been, as I said, 4 weeks, and only some things have arrived. So I don't actually know what I'm going to get when I get there. Hopefully it will be ones that I actually want to read. I think they've got some graphic novels, some middle grade, and some horror that may or may not come. I also have some on the library website that might be worth getting as audiobooks. So we'll see what I get. I can't actually remember, and I don't know what has arrived. It is the 5th today, and we have had an election. So I've been enjoying it's been not a terribly productive morning, but it feels more productive just because I've been keeping an eye on what's happened overnight, and we have got a new Prime Minister and all of that. But I do have to go to work early today, so that's why I'm popping off. So I'm going to finish my peach tea, and then I'm going to head out the door. I just got back from work. I'm knackered, but I thought I'd just give you my little library haul. I got The Mars House by Natasha Pulley. I have a couple of Natasha Pulley, and everyone says that she's a good writer, so I got this one. I think it's a new one, actually. I think it's fairly new. 2024. Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, a 2024 one. So I would like to try and read this one at some point, but probably not for this vlog. I also picked up these two, Seishi Yokomizu, The Honjin Murders and Death on Gokumon Island. I think I also have one as an audiobook from the library, from BorrowBox. So I have 3 of these. So I do want to try and see if I can read some of these. I think they'd be quite good. I also picked up Ace of Spades. I might get around to reading this. I might not. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, so I'm kind of thinking about these ones. And I also got one that's also not for this, but Ace, what's it? Asexuality reveals about desire, society, and the meaning of sex. I've seen this for quite a lot, and I really wanted to get it, and I almost got one like a digital copy from NetGalley, and then I was like, no, you're probably not going to read it, and now I'm like, I actually want to read this. And there's quite a few asexuality non-fiction ones that I want to read, so I might do like a dedicated reading vlog of non-fiction. And then these two, unfortunately, let's see, I have volume 1 and volume 3, but not volume 2. And volume 2 was supposed to be in my local library, and it's not. And I don't know why. And I did leave a message with the receptionist there who was like, oh, we'll have a look for it. But I did have a look and I couldn't find it. So I don't think they've got one. So I'm going to have to see if I can get another one. But I might be travelling around the Highlands in the next few days anyway, so I might be taking some of these with me. So we'll see if I can get volume 2. I might just have to do like a pilgrimage to all of the libraries I go past and be like, have you got a copy? Have you got a copy? Because I can read this first one and it has a night sky on it. Isn't that perfect? This would be perfect for one of the challenges. But yeah, unfortunately. I was like so hoping that I would just be able to go, I'll pop in and get that one. No. So I will check on their website and see. So I do have a good old stack of books here, quite a lot. And some of them obviously for possibly, some of them not. So yeah, not as many as I had ordered, of course. I do have I think I've got another 6 that I had on order, and they just haven't arrived in time, even though I ordered them like a month ago. So unfortunately, it is what it is. So this is the selection, and these ones are ones I'm like, oh, I kind of really want to read. I really want to read these. So we'll see how I get on. I'm really hungry. I'm really tired, and I'm gonna go maybe read some manga. Maybe we'll see how I get on. I'll let you know when I've read something. So I've got a really nice dinner here. I've got a chicken Kiev instead of like a chicken cuts. Curry and rice with sticky rice and pickled ginger and a fried egg on top. It's like lacking in vegetables, but what it does lack in vegetables, it makes up for in awesome taste. I'm starving, but also this looks amazing. I'll probably need a sleep afterwards. So yeah, I think this is going to be really good. So good morning. I did get a bit of a sleep. I'm gonna pull out MAGK for just now. I woke up about 7. What do you think my pajama bottoms? Still my pajamas, and I have a lovely Danish and a cup of coffee. Coffee was needed. I'm very, very tired today. So these two would be rereads, so that I can read volume 3. I do want to indulge, but today's the first day of my holiday. I have a week off on holiday, which you'd think, oh, perfect, coinciding with Summerween, so that you can make a fun Summerween vlog. No, just coincided. So I don't know what the next week's going to hold and how much reading I'm going to actually end up getting done. I also need to like get ready my house either, or packing. I need to do some sort of organization. I'll need to have a shower and get ready and all of that as well, because I might be traveling around and stuff, but because we don't really have any set plans, I don't really know what I'm going to be doing. So I kind of feel like I should get some reading done before I may or may not get any. So I don't know how this vlog's gonna go, if it goes at all. So I don't know, but at least I've got something nice to eat. I'm probably gonna have that, and then have a sandwich or something as well, because I'm very hungry. Yesterday I ate a lot, but then went straight to bed and then was really tired when I got up. I did have a wee listen to an audiobook. I think it's called Pretty Pretty Boys by Gregory Ash. I felt like I should read something yesterday, so I was actually starting Summerween properly, and so I ended up reading on my way to work and then on my way back from work the audiobook that was available through Audible as part of my subscription, and I typed in like LGBTQ to thriller or horror or suspense. So I was searching for something because that's what I did for the Mystery Madness reading month in March. So I thought I would try and see. And this one came up. So I don't know if it's going to be horror filled or if it's going to be suspense or what, but it'll probably be that with a bit of male romance as well. So far, I'm really enjoying it. We're introduced to a character who is back in, I wouldn't say bumfuck Missouri, but that's not true. Somewhere in Missouri, and he's reliving some childhood trauma. He's like a hardened detective, and I'm really actually enjoying the hardened detective stories when it comes to the male romance ones. I've enjoyed them so far. I think I really like gay cops. Gay cops. So, but I feel like I should read some horror as well. And Eroguro is suspense-filled and mysterious and very grotesque as well. So I think this would be a good one as a counterbalance. So yeah, I might end up reading just the things I want, but I do have a whole stack of things that I could be reading that I got from the library. I would like to read The Sad Ghost Club because it does have The Night Sky, but I need to get volume 2 as well. So maybe when we're driving around in the Highlands, we can pop into a library and pick up volume 2. We shall see. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but I might do a bit of a reread of this but while I'm getting ready. I don't know. I will be phoning. I'm going to be traveling around with my sister, so I'm going to phone my sister and see if she's awake and up and about and doing stuff and what the plan is, because it's supposed to be a very rainy day today and we might be camping. So doing an actual camp in Summerween, I know, but we might not because it's very rainy and kind of grey and overcast, but I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, I'll check in a bit. So this is everything I've got packed, ready to go on my trip, and I did not get to read MADK. So I'm taking some other books with me, and I'll show you when I'm reading them. our glamping pod. We've got one set up. We still have another one. And I'm about to eat something. My sister has already eaten something, and I am halfway through, I think. Maybe? Yes, I'm about halfway through Blackwater, which I've been enjoying quite a bit of. There's the story of these two boys who live in Blackwater, and there's something in the wood, there's ghosts, and there's longing, gay pining, which is really good fun. But it's definitely giving the summer camp, like 80s movie high school students that look like they're 30. You know, the jock that's the bully and the geek that maybe he has some sort of health condition. They both have health conditions. Werewolves, ghosts, all a lot. It's definitely giving 80s horror teenage movie vibes. It's really good. I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, this is what you can see. We've made a right mess of it already. We're very much at home. So that's all our stuff. And we just got back from a walk. I've just got out of the shower. It was so lovely and warm and just really nice. And I'll just show you what we can see from outside. We've got a TV even. Isn't that crazy? It's Wimbledon's on. Let's see what we've got outside. It's such a good view. So this is the wee pod area where there are lots of pods. We're number 6. And it's still really bright. You can see the sky over there. You would not know that it's like 9 or 9:30. I think it's like 9:30 just now, and the sun's about to go down around 10ish. So yeah, but yeah, I'm whispering because technically it's like night time now, but because it's the north of Scotland, we have not endless sun, but it definitely doesn't get as dark as you would want it to. So yeah, this is kind of spooky camp vibes while I'm reading some spooky manga or graphic novels, so, which is very good. I'm enjoying myself a lot. We've had such a good time. So yeah, I'm gonna go in, have something to eat, lots of goodies, maybe some wine, and read some more before we go off and have some more adventures tomorrow. But yeah, isn't this so cool? Absolutely love it here. So yeah, maybe go and have some breakfast and show you that tomorrow. So I am down the beach at Melvick, which is on the north coast of Scotland. We've got Orkney just a stone's throw away, and we are staying very close in a pod. This is such a lovely beach. It's so beautiful. It's gorgeous sand, and it's like we've got the whole beach to ourselves. It's just this little cove. Amazing, so nice. And we've had a really good day today with the weather. We're very lucky. And I got back to the pod and finally finished just the last half of Black Water, the graphic novel. This is by Jeanette Arroyo and Ren Graham, published by Henry Holt. So yeah, this graphic novel has a lot of the vibes of which I would assume would be good for Summerween. It's got like high school angst and drama, people with a bit of grievances, people with crushes, people being really awkward with each other, issues with their family, issues with their friends. Oh yeah, and there's ghosts and werewolves too. So it's like quite a lot. There's also really good, interesting rep about like physical illnesses and how that, chronic illnesses and how that can impact. And I think that was really interesting, and I thought it was really well done. I really like the vibes because it's very dark, and it's not set in the 80s specifically, but it definitely has those kinds of, yeah, like 80s horror vibes. And then every once in a while you get a chapter page that's got colour in it. It's very ominous. So yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed it. It was actually really quick. So it didn't take very long, but because we've been so busy doing other things, it was good to get it finished. So I'm really happy I got this one done. I don't know what I'm going to be moving on to next. I have listened to a little bit more of Pretty Pretty Boys by Gregory Ash, which I've actually been really enjoying, but I've been listening to him mostly in the evening before I go to sleep. And I don't know who the narrator is, but they've got one of those voices that just kind of lulls me into sleep. So I keep waking up, and in the morning I'm like, where did I get to? And it's further on than I last remember, so I have to keep scrubbing back. It's about some well, I don't really know too much about it, but it's definitely got some angst, small town Missouri vibes, which with some possible what do they call, Ozark rednecks kind of going after, not part of the KKK, but definitely going after like LGBT people, anyone of colour, that kind of thing. And the police are having to investigate things like arson and vandalism and assaults and things like that. So it's kind of very interesting. But yeah, I'm kind of enjoying just being here at the beach and having the sunset. I don't know if you can see it. So the sun's still up at the moment. It's almost 9, I think. And the birds are just chirping away. And this is our own private beach. Even though the whole of Scotland is available, we're the only ones here. It's like, yeah, there's lovely birds, and it's just so gorgeous. It reminds me a lot of home where I grew up, and we had lots of private beaches as well, because I lived on an island. So it's really nice to be here. I'm enjoying myself so much. But yeah, I'm gonna listen to a little bit more of the book and move on to the next book, and I will talk about that when I've read a little bit more.
So we're now on Far Beach at Betty Hill. We've got ourselves wee coffees and just had one of the best sausage rolls I've ever had in my life from the wee tourist shop. Such a delicious sausage roll. That was amazing. And it's such a beautiful day and such an incredible view. I feel really blessed. I'm just enjoying life. So we are now on a different beautiful beach. This one is Balnakeil, which is near Durness. And we've spent the last few hours here. I went into the sea over there and I was swimming like a very true Scottish person. Even a hint of warmth, and I'm like getting my taps off, getting the cosy on and going in the sea. And it was actually really, really nice. I have now started properly the Hunjin murders. It's about a newly married couple being brutally murdered in a locked room mystery, and it's from like 1937, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I had a couple of hours just lying on the beach, drying off, and reading a murder mystery. It sounds pretty nice. And this is the view. It's absolutely stunning, and we're thinking about maybe going up that wee road over there and seeing if we can see a headland or something. Maybe, maybe not. But yeah, we've been enjoying ourselves today. Very much chilling and enjoying the summer and reading chilling stories. So here's our tiny room. And this is a corridor into bathrooms. Into bathrooms. More bathrooms. Into a shared kitchen, which is pretty cool. Down into an amazing view. Into the living room. Down here in the living room. Outside. And that's a step up to a big space and a couple of sofas. Now into the veranda. We've got a couple of picnic tables. More picnic tables. And they're absolutely stunning views all the way around. Out to the sea. And beyond. Into the headland and away over there. Yeah, there's a wee spar down here, which is a really dinky little cute shop. And there was a pub down the road next to the caravan park. And we spent our day on the beach down there. See the headland? It makes me feel like the Goonies, One-Eyed Willie and all that. Pretty cool. Absolutely lovely. So we've got the sunset coming down over here. It's going to be probably another half an hour before it goes below the horizon. You can see the sea stack over there. You can see the sea straight ahead. It's so pretty. It's such a lovely place here. The smell is amazing. It smells like summer. It smells like a Scottish summer. And everyone's enjoying themselves. It's really good. I am after I think I got to the end of chapter 5. Yes, to chapter 5 of the Hunjin murders. A new use for a topic, and there's a map of the annex house where the murder took place. So I'm actually on page 51, which isn't that far into it, but I don't think it's a very long murder mystery story anyway. So yeah, this is kind of an interesting one. It's like being told very often, it's like, oh, but this will be important later, and oh, they didn't know how important this information was. I'll talk about that in a bit. So it's definitely like told through this Kosuke Kindaichi, who's the amateur sleuth, and he's telling you a story and telling you like it actually happened, and he's the one that's been doing all the investigating, or
someone else has been doing it. He's just writing up the story. So yeah, it's quite good so far. It's not like massively riveting in the way that it's written. It's recounting events as he's investigated it. So, but it's very easy to read, except the football's on just now. So I've been watching a bit of football in this hostel that we're staying at, which is pretty cool. So yeah, this is the sunset over Durness, and I love the sea stag that you can see. It's so cool. Yeah, there's not a lot of things to do in sea, but it is very, very pretty.
So, good morning. It is the next day. So, it's now officially Summerween over, unfortunately. I do have a nice cup of coffee though, and I need it. Um, yeah, so how did I get on? So, I was finishing off reading The Honjin Murders by Seishi Yokomizu. Mizo? Yoko Mizo. Which I really enjoyed. I well, it's kind of an interesting one. I'm a little disappointed, but also at the same time it was quite fun to see how it was kind of solved by Kindaichi. I didn't realize it was going to be a Kindaichi one because I didn't read this last night. Didn't realize this was where the Kindaichi name for detectives had come from. So I'm actually really happy about that. And I liked it because he just kind of popped up like halfway through. So all of this first stuff was just like the build up, and then you got the detective just swooping in and going, this is how it was done, which I really liked. I did think when the setup and the murders and stuff was introduced, I did think, what if it's and then I kind of discounted it because of the way that it was being presented. And the author is very clever because they're saying they're going to present this story in a way like they're honest about their duplicity. It's kind of funny about that. And then it really does sound like the author is a character in this as well, because he's the one telling the story, and he's explicitly telling you a story, and he's saying, I am telling you a story, and this is how the story goes, and this is how I did the research, and this is where I got this information from. It's quite good. It breaks the fourth wall, and I enjoy that, and I did really like it. And it's quite a short one, actually. It feels like it's it's like less than 200 pages, which is really good, and I really enjoyed it. And it was nice to get back to a murder mystery, but a locked room murder mystery. And the Japanese cultural aspects I can enjoy as well. The setting and the time period. It was it's got a little bit of sand in it. I feel really bad. I'm gonna have to try and get all the sand out because I was reading on the beach, so trying to get the sand out of things. But I did enjoy this, and I have another physical copy for the next one, and I also have an audio for a third one. I don't know, does it say which ones he did? Like what were the books? No, it doesn't. But yeah, I quite liked it. I liked the fact that there was some inclusions, like a plan of the house and how you were supposed to work things out. I did not. There's no way you could have. There's no way you could have. But there were certain things. The big issue for me is the misogyny. Not inherent in the story. Not inherent in the story, not inherent in the storytelling, but for the motivation of the killer was misogynistic and ego-based. So yeah, that's all I can say without spoiling it. But I did enjoy it. I would actually really like to have these, I think. I'd like to collect them. They're kind of a time period, slightly later, I think, than... So also available is the Inugami Curse, which I need to see if I can get as well. So yeah, these are ones that I might end up trying to see if I can collect at some point. Because they're good. They're fun little ones. Kind of like a wee Agatha Christie type thing. So yeah, I'm very happy I got that finished. Now, as soon as I finished that, I still had loads of time left yesterday while we were watching the tennis. So I ended up picking up The Sad Ghost Club, which I wanted to read all three because I have the third one with me, but I don't have the second one. And even though I put in my order over a month ago, and my local library was supposed to have a copy, they did not have the copy. And then they didn't bother ordering one because they didn't take it off the shelves because the people who work there, and I feel really bad about it, didn't do their jobs. Apparently someone who is a long-term worker there is off long-term sick, but they're not bothering. I know it's a staffing issue. It's a staffing issue, but it did have a night sky, and it was really cute and sweet. It was about teenagers who have mental health problems like anxiety and depression, and how they are trying to just navigate their life, and they go to a party because they force themselves to go to a party, and they end up meeting another ghost, and they end up becoming friends, and then at the end of it you think they're going to start a club, of other people who are like them, and the way that they can tell someone is like them is because they look like a ghost. And I just think that's kind of cool. And it was very Summerween, because they were literally just people in sheets. I really enjoyed it. It was cute, it was sweet, and it was very fast. It was very fast. So I did manage to get this. So I do want to read the second and the third ones. So I checked, my library has put in the order for the second book to be delivered from another local library. Unfortunately, we could have picked it up, and we didn't. This is what it is. The best laid plans just went up in smoke. The other one that I did read was Blackwater, which I enjoyed. So I'm really happy that I was able to read that one as well. So it's not a huge reading stack. And the other thing that I have been reading is Pretty Pretty Boys by Gregory Ash as an audiobook. So I've been putting it on at night time to listen to it, and pretty much falling asleep because the narrator's voice is quite soothing. So yeah, it's half of an audiobook, maybe half of an audiobook, which is a detective going back home and having to try and navigate a couple of different, I guess, cases. I'm trying to remember what I actually said, if I did say anything about this in the previous clips. But I'm enjoying it. But I'm only like maybe halfway, maybe a third of the way through. We get introduced to Hazard and Summers, and I'm like, Hazard is gay, and he was very much obviously gay in his small town in Missouri, growing up, and he was, I wouldn't even say bullied. It was like abused by the local boys, including Summers, who is his partner, his new partner, at the police detectives. That's what they do, and he's pretending that everything's fine. I'm the golden boy. Everything's fine, and it's like, no, he was physically assaulted on multiple occasions, including by Summers, who pushed him down a flight of stairs, and he like broke a bone or something. I don't know. Something happened to him because we're not entirely sure. And then there was another incident in the locker room, and we don't know what happened there. So yeah, it's like simmering sexual tension, and also historical grievances, and I think someone that he knew died, a boy, and he's like when they were children, and he's actually there to find out what happened to him, not these other cases. So it's very interesting so far. I'm enjoying it a lot. But yeah, I've been falling asleep with it. So yeah, I didn't get round to Boys of the Dead, and I didn't get to. So I started this before we left MADK, a reread of Volume 1. And so last night, this was the last thing I started rereading again. So I just started from the beginning because it's so good. And where did I get to? I got to, yeah, back to around this point. So about halfway through MADK Volume 1, which I will be continuing. But I've had a fantastic Summerween, and I've had a great time traveling, and I've enjoyed the things that I have read and I'm continuously reading. But yeah, it's not been the most productive. Well, I don't know. I think this is pretty good. I did read a lot more last year, but I've had a great time. It's been a really great holiday, so I'm very happy that I was able to do this. I will maybe continue what I did last year. So last year I made my vlogs, and then I had a few things that I hadn't quite finished yet, and that I wanted to continue to read. So I did a little extra, which I think is on my Patreons. Yeah, I think it's on there. So I might do the same again and do an extra. So if you'd like, I have a Patreon for $1 a month. So there'll be an extra Patreon exclusive vlog up, maybe in a week or so's time. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to continue to read because I want to read this, and I want to keep listening to my audiobook. And so we're going to have an extension to Summerween and see what I can
can read with that. Maybe even get volume 2, who knows, who knows. But yeah, so thanks so much for watching this video. I've had a really great Summerween. Hopefully you have as well. Did you read anything spooky? Did you enjoy what you read? I really enjoyed what I read. So yeah, take care guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.